Hello? Is anybody there? Just going to wait for a minute while my Mac refreshes so that I know I'm in the right place. If you're hopping on, say hello. Okay, I'm in the right place, that's good. Hello Alfie, he's come to say hello already. Good boy. A couple of you here. Say hello if you're joining. Be nice to know who's on here, even if you've not had the kits in the post. You're still welcome to watch and join in. No, that's enough now, on your bed. On your bed, good boy. Hello, hello. Hi Ellie, how are you doing? Alfie's thinking that I'm crazy. Sorry, knocked over something. No, I'm not talking to you. Now stop. I just had a little message pop up in the corner of my Mac to say that my dad's had his letter for his vaccination, so that's good news. Hi Georgina, how are you? Nice to have you join us tonight. Hi Cherie. You get to see my face for a little bit. I have a little chat. I know some of you probably caught up with Amanda today already, so you know what's going on in the world of Stampin' Up. Hiya Katie. So this is a first for some of you. We've got some couple of new people who are new to the team joining us tonight, which is really exciting. So I'm taking it starter kits haven't got to you yet with all the backlog. Let me know in the comments. Give it a couple more minutes just to let people come in. I've not got too much to talk about, just a few things. I'm going to ignore him now and he'll go away. Yours is due tomorrow, Georgina. That's good. I hope it comes. I'm getting quite anxious about all of the whole UPS thing, about the notifications that we're receiving from UPS not actually being true. There's lots of speculation going around about a container maybe being lost somewhere. So goodness gracious, what is going on? So good old Brexit, it's playing its toll on customs, I think. So, oh, really? Go on. Sorry about that, guys. Jason's just come in from the workshop and Alfie's gone crazy. I think he's gone now. Peace and quiet. I don't know what's worse, kids or pets. What do you think, guys? Kids or pets? Love them all though, don't we? Katie, yours hasn't. Have you got any notification, Katie, about shipment of your kit? Anything at all? Okay. So there's a few of you on. You watching. So if you are coming in, you'll know if I'm actually live because you'll see the little red live button up at the top of the screen on the left, so you will see that. And I have to remember to look in the right place on my camera. Right, I'm going to make a start because I want to do a bit of stamping and I don't want to be too late. I really need to watch another episode of Suits tonight. So Katie, it was due last Friday. Oh, I had an order that was due goodness knows when, and then it told me it was going to be delivered on the 12th. It didn't arrive, and now it just says no information available at all. So it's one of these moments at the moment. Yours is still in Frankfurt. I'm just hoping, apparently I'm on a couple of leaders groups with Stampin' Up, and there's been a lot of conversations with UPS today, with Stampin' Up. Last night we had our leaders live with Corrie and Brian Pilling, and there were lots of questions on there regarding this. So I don't think anybody really knows what's happening. So I think we just have to sit tight and just hope that we were told today that there was going to be movement with UPS. We've been told that there's just massive backlogs at the EU customs where different paperwork was due from customs, I don't know, and that there are just so many parcels that are waiting to come over that they just simply can't cope with it. They're just run off their feet, and apparently not many companies are bringing in parcels from the EU, which has put a lot of pressure on UPS and DHL, I believe. So as hard as it is, I'm desperately waiting for some things to come, desperately, so that I can get things out in the post. I'm running low on Whisper White. You might see over on my shelf, I've got a little bit. I've got about half a pack of Whisper White. I have no envelopes. So Katie, you're saying Brexit and COVID, not Stampin' Up! Fault. No, it's not at all. Stampin' Up! Have been working on Brexit for a very long time, knowing obviously that it's been coming and had everything in place. Apparently there was some kind of EU Customs, I think it was EU Customs, did some kind of system like update, and that caused a backlog to start with. But the trouble is, you know what happens? It's like Chinese whispers. Things just get blown out of proportion. We don't know what to believe. We get to that point of like, well, actually, who is telling the truth? So, and starting on that, I will briefly mention about the fraud, which has been awful. People's bank accounts have been compromised. Mine, I know quite a few of you as well. And Stampin' Up! Have been blamed for that. Lots of people, lots of accusations thrown around on Facebook. And if I was honest, I'm not sure what I believe. I believe Stampin' Up! Would be honest with us. But I don't know. There's just so many coincidences, and that's what makes it hard, is that so many of us all were hit in the same way, and some of our customers as well. So I think we just have to kind of try and move on from it. I had 3 accounts compromised, and all of my cards, I had one card come on Saturday morning even, the next day, which was amazing, and then 2 have come today. So thankfully they only took out small amounts, but obviously they were on the run up to take a larger amount the next time. So all very bizarre. On the leaders chat last night, on the leaders live, we were told that there are 3 companies who, we normally have 2, but there are now 3 companies working with security and data for Stampin' Up! And they can see no breach anywhere in any way of any kind. The one company actually looks at these details all the time. That is their job. They're just constantly monitoring, and they've had nothing. So that's what we're being told. That's what I have to go with, and that's what I suggest you go with your customers as well. So, Sheree, you're still waiting for your replacement card. I know. They did say to me 2 to 3 working days. TSB have both come today, actually, and my Lloyd's has come today as well. So I'm pretty impressed. That's quite quick. So what else do I want to talk to you about? We need to end on a good note tonight, guys. We need to be on and up and try and put all of this rubbish stuff that's happening behind us, because COVID is hard enough as it is. It's hard enough for a lot of us. It feels very different this time round. So I think we've just got to try and sort of move forward with this as best as we can and try to remain positive. Basic White products are now available to order. I am waiting for mine. They're in one of my orders, which it is saying is going to be delivered tomorrow. So I am not holding my breath, but I would really like it if my orders, I've got 2, I think, orders supposed to be coming tomorrow. So I will let you know if that happens, but do keep an eye on any orders that you've got coming. Keep checking the tracking. I've got the UPS Choice as well, which I've got on my phone, and you can get information via the app on your phone as well. So maybe download that if you can. But we've got a new printable. This will be black and white, back to front. I mean, not black and white. It will be back to front. So there's a new kind of like ink-free printable that's come out, which is good. So it means you don't have to use loads of ink in your printer when printing out this flyer. Although mine, for some reason, if you can see, it didn't print any pictures at all. But the information's on there. We need to let people know about this. Obviously, in our catalogue, it's advertised as Whisper White, so this is something that we kind of need to focus on and let our customers know about. So maybe if you're on Facebook, pop a little post up, email out to your customers. You can even pop this flyer in with any new catalogues that you're sending out. Evening, Lynn. How you doing? You okay? Loved your donkey card. I just caught that just as I was setting my phone up. Just saw your little picture on my page. Cute. Who doesn't love the donkeys? Okay, what else do I want to quickly chat about? The Hey Chick bundles. Anybody ordered that? I haven't yet. I have to say, I'm tempted. I'm really tempted. I never got the Hey Chick, and I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the Hey Birthday Chick, but I do really like the dies that go with it. I think the farmyardy things would be really, really handy. So that's on pre-order now. Those of you who are new to Stampin' Up, when you place orders, you've probably read all the information, but when you place orders, if you want to order catalogues, supply items, so order forms, anything that is on pre-order, you have to do that through a demonstrator order. And it's pretty much, you can add other items onto it. It doesn't just have to be supply items, but you can't pay for customers' orders with their cards on it. So from a demonstrator order, only your card is accepted on it. So, hiya Lucianne, how are you doing? Have you got the children both in bed? A bit of time to yourself. Yeah, so when you're pre-ordering anything, it has to go through on a demonstrator order. It's still $4.95 for shipping, and if you reach the £150, you still can earn the hostess or host rewards as well. So, and you can still earn like free celebration items when you hit 45. So that's what you need to do if you want to order anything that's on pre-order, or catalogues or supplies, or some of our lovely logo merchandise. Anybody got one of the masks yet? I haven't. I need to do, I've also written down, we've got a new recruit brochure coming out. Really good for sending out now, even if you've got a few people that you think, a few customers that might be interested in joining. It's small to pop in the post. Get those in there. If you've still got some of the old ones, they're totally fine to use. The information in there is the same. I think maybe just some of the graphics have changed up a little bit, and it's got a lovely new catalogue on with Pretty Perennials on, which who doesn't love that set? What else? Shipping, fraud. Oh, Paper Pumpkin. Everybody's seen the news about the new Paper Pumpkin that's coming. So it's called Bouquet of Hope. It's £20, as they generally seem to be. It's coming to us on the 13th of April. There's no pre-order. It's coming on the 13th of April to everybody. So it will be, I think, in the February Paper Pumpkin subscription for those in the US. So you will get to see videos of it and images probably before April. So it'll give us a good idea of what's in there. Looks really pretty, the images that I've put up so far. So just remember, there's no pre-order, we just order at the same time, but really, really good, a good price point, and good for setting up like online Zoom classes and things like that, because you've got everything in there and there's no prep for you to do. So as soon as we're able to, I would start advertising it, you know, maybe tell people that something's coming and see if you can draw a bit of attention to it, because I think it will be, you know, a good opportunity to get people maybe who've not stamped before on board with you. So I think that's all. Oh, one last thing I was going to talk about. Who fancies a Galentine's swap? Let me know in the comments. So obviously, I mean, I always get a Valentine's card from Jay because, you know, we're not romantics, but he always gets me a card. I rarely get flowers. And when he buys me flowers, I'm like, what have you done wrong? So I thought it'd be a really sweet idea. I heard somebody else talking about doing this. A what? Georgina says, a galentine swap. So rather than Valentine, it's for the gals in your life. So a galentine swap. So I thought what we could do, we could either say it's just a card, or it could be a card and maybe a little treat box. Hi Belle, how you doing? And maybe I could put all the names in a hat and then pair us all up, and then we could send each other a little Galentine's treat. And it doesn't have to be necessarily on a Valentine theme. It could just be anything that's current from the new mini catalogue. So it doesn't have to be hearts and flowers and lovey-dovey and say Valentine's Day on it. It could just maybe be just like a little package in the post, something to look forward to. I just thought it'd be a really, really nice idea. So if we can get even numbers, that'd be really good to do that. I'll post on the group tomorrow about that and put all the criteria. I just thought it might be a bit of fun. Katie, you're in. Ellie, count me in. Belle, you're up for a Galentine swap. Yeah, so think about something small that you can pop in the post that isn't maybe going to cost too much. So like a chocolate treat. I mean, even if you, oh, where's my camera? Like something like this, just a little treat that you package that you'll be giving to someone else, and you'll be getting something back from them. So I thought it'd be fun. And rather than it being like a swap where you have to make like 10 of one item and then they're gonna have to be posted to somebody and somebody's gonna have to post them out, I thought if we just did it a bit like a Secret Santa, but it won't be, because obviously I'm going to be wanting you to exchange addresses and things, and maybe keep it to a certain size so that it will go via small parcel, which I think is now £3.20. It will just keep it within, you know, a reasonable budget of costing maybe a £5 once you've made the card and packaged your little treat. So yeah, maybe we'll have to put up about allergies and things like that, like no nuts for me please, and things like that. So Georgina, you're up for it. Excellent. Bit of fun. Who doesn't love a bit of fun? Right, let's get down to stamping. I'm going to move you now, so I don't often do it this way. Oh, where's my sticker gone? Just because I hate this transitioning. But I'm going to cover you over for now. I'm going to flip you down on my desk and show you what your kits are all about. So bear with me for a moment. I try not to cut you off. I've got to get you in my holder without cutting you off. So bear with me if there's any noise. Just turn you around and wait for my camera stand to move and for everything to catch up and get us all in line. Okay, let's just move the light a little bit. How are we looking? Belle, how was the dentist? Flipping expensive. Oh my goodness. I mean, me and dental expenses, we go well together. As you know, I've had lots of problems. So basically what's happened during the first lockdown, I lost one of my implants. So I had a gap and it was proving difficult to eat. So I'm having to have something temporary put into place. And in the meantime, I'm suing my old dentist for negligence because he's refusing to do anything about it, and he's actually no longer a dentist, which tells another great story. So I don't want to go down the route of spending thousands of pounds more until I know what my options are. So yeah, so I'm toing and fro like every 2 weeks at the minute. I'm at the dentist, and with all the lockdowns and that, I think I've been to the dentist more than I've seen my dentist more than I've seen some of my family. So very bizarre, but I'm getting there. I'm adjusting to what is going on and living a bit of a soft food diet. But anyway, Let us see. Let me see if I can zoom you in. Now, today on my Facebook Live, I zoomed in and accidentally flipped my camera around and everybody got to see my roof, my ceiling. Come on. See how close that is. So these are the first two cards. Oop. When it catches up for a minute, it's... Okay, you can see that, can't you, in good view? So let me tape that down. And then we've got these two as well. So 2 different stamp sets. I'm just thinking I can see another stamp I've used as well. So I'm focusing tonight on 2 kind of popular sets that you could maybe add on more of these and turn them into a class. So we've got the Always in My Heart and the Pretty Perennials. Loving both of these and proving really popular with my customers as well. So I've got also, I'm doing a Pretty Perennials class in the post, and I did some cards very similar to this that I put up on Instagram a couple of days ago, and it's gone kind of crazy. It's had loads of views on it. Loads of people have saved it. So, and these are quite busy for me. They're really quite busy. They're not my usual simple, like clean looking style. So anyway, I'm going to start with these 2. I will pop pictures up later. Shall I leave one on view for you so that you can see it? So pull out from your kits. If you're stamping live with me, obviously you have no stamped images, but I'm using the Pretty Perennials, the big large flower and the smaller flower. If you're waiting for your stamp set to come, if you've ordered this one, then maybe stick your card together. You can add the flowers on later. I did die cut you. Let me look in my packet at what I've given you. I think you were all lucky enough as well. You had actual Stampin' Up envelopes before I ran out for the second time. So I had a good supply, then I ran out and I had to buy some online. And gosh, don't you appreciate how good our envelopes are until you buy some online and realise just how rubbish other people's are. So yes, I've given you the little happy word just in case you don't plan on using this stamp set if you don't have it. So I've tried to make it so that you could kind of put your card together with the pieces that I've given you. Oh, I can't pick anything up. Giving you a blank label. If you have got, I'm going to grab mine, Floating and Fluttering, then I've used this label here. But to be totally honest, if you drew around here in a pen, just a rough squiggly line, it would look very stylish. So I'm going to grab that one out because that's the one that I haven't mounted. I'm going to need a big block for that. And I always find this one a bit dodgy to mount on a block. It's sticking to me now because it needs to be square. If you're not careful, I'm going to mount it and then see. You can get it on there crooked and then when you stamp it, it's not good. I think that's quite good. It needs to be a rectangle and not like a trapezium or whatever you would call it. Okay. So you've got some of the paper blooms, I want to say, celebration paper. You've got a tag here that you need to turn into a tag, piece of cardstock really, that you need to turn into a tag, and some soft sea foam, skinny strip of Rococo Rose. So I'm going to pop all of this to one side and start off with my stamping. I'll leave that card there for the moment, just in the corner so that you can see it. And I got on the back of here. Let's just turn that round that way. So how much is this stamp set? I can't remember. Pretty Perennials. I think it's £17. I think it's a really good price point, this one. Have any of you sold any of these yet? Has anyone sold the Pretty Perennials? I might just have to show you my class that I've designed with it after. So with the Night of Navy, scrap of Whisper White. Oh, let's just make some room. And I'm not sure you're going to want to be able to see me do all of my fussy cutting tonight. But you can chat amongst everybody and each other while I do. So I've just inked up the Happy. And then with my Rococo Rose. Did anybody notice that Rococo Rose cardstock and Seaside Spray cardstock had gone on to back order? That's slightly worrying. And then your little flower. Just want 2 of those. I might just hand cut these just to save me moving away from you and die cutting. Let me show you the dies. For those who haven't seen the dies, they're in my box somewhere. Fabulous set of dies. Look at them all. So you've got some that work on their own, so they're standalone, these ones. And also you've got the ones that coordinate with the actual stamps as well. So pretty good set of dies to have. What else do we need to stamp? Let's just grab a little skinny strip of Whisper White. And we'll stamp the birthday in Seaside Spray. Now my Seaside Spray needs re-inking and I don't have the re-inker yet. So it's pretty pale. That was a bit crooked, but it will be fine. Embrace the wonk, as Belle said. I need to learn to embrace the wonk and go with the crooked. Let's just snip this into a little banner. If anybody's hopping on, don't be afraid to say hello. We'd love to know who's out there. And I'm just going to save that bit for later because every scrap of Whisper White at the minute counts. Well, it does here in the studio. So there is a die that will cut this out. But I am just simply going to trim around it. So if you've got another flower, if you haven't got this set and you've got another flower, then by all means use it. Or if you've got die cut flowers that you want to use, you can do that. Might do mine a bit different. Move my mat out of the way. So how are we all doing? Are we all feeling a bit deflated by everything? Lucianne, how is everyone doing with homeschooling? I would love to know how everybody's dealing with that. Belle, you're homeschooling. Ellie, you're being a teacher as well. How are you getting on with it? I'm not sure I'd want to do it. I suppose it does depend on your children. If they're willing, that makes life a bit easier, doesn't it? Right, so I've got my 2 flowers. I haven't got myself any die cuts. Unless they're hiding in my envelope. No, I'm going to have to cut those. And I'm just going to cut around the word happy. Oh, that was a bit thick. I'm not too fussy about how I cut this out. Just kind of wibbly wobbly wavy. Because it doesn't need to be specific. And once you own this stamp set, if you own this stamp set, you may not even consider cutting this out. You might stamp this onto a label or a tag or just a bar of white paper that you will layer up. But you know I love to fussy cut. And apparently it's in fashion. Did you know it's in fashion to cut out your words like this? It's on trend. Oops, a bit of a crooked bottom there. So I'm hoping that, now I know not all of you, those of you that are in lower levels, you're not actually invited to Amanda's Facebook group because she can only see, and the same as me, we can only see people that are down to our level 3. So if there's been a bit of a gap where maybe your upline dropped or retired or resigned, it could well be that you are not within her level 3, which means sadly you don't get to see her email. But she was talking about, not her email, she did send out an email actually. You won't get emails from her if you're in her below her level 3. She was talking this morning on her Facebook Live. So she does a Facebook Live every Tuesday morning, just a quick brief kind of chat to go over the updates on the website. So yeah, she was talking about all the issues with shipping and stuff, which is quite draining. The whole credit card thing, it's been quite draining, and I'm over it now. Just need to step away from it. I did die cut myself some pieces. I just hidden them under an ink pad. Move out of the way. Right, now this is probably not going to work because I can't get my head over the camera to line it in, but we'll give it a jolly good try rather than stamping another and cutting it. Well, it's a bit crooked, but I can trim that. I think I will just trim that. Let's get my big scissors. Give it a nice straight trim. I love these scissors. Anybody still got theirs? I bought 2 pairs, one that I use in my sewing box and then this pair that I use for paper. Although I do cut ribbon with it, don't tell anybody. It's a bit of a no-no, isn't it? It's supposed to keep them separate. I don't cut much ribbon with it. Put you behind me. Have you all gone quiet or have my comments stopped loading? Are you concentrating? Or are you just listening in? What else do I need to stamp? I think that's it. So I'm just going to move these inks out of the way. Grab my bone folder. Look at my posh bone folder. Judy Hill gave me this as a gift. How lovely is that? I know some of you guys had one as well. That was from one of our on-stage events, wasn't it? What colour was the blue? So the dark blue I've used is Night of Navy, and the pale blue is Seaside Spray, which is one of our in colours. And this is actually it's in the same family as Rococo Rose. And I will be crying deeply when they retire in May. I mean, what will I do without both of them? What will I do? I love them both dearly. I just hope and pray that the new in colours are even better. That's all we can hope for. Okay, now I don't think I did anything to your tag. Let's push out all of these little bits. I might only do 2 cards with you tonight, guys, if I waffle too much. I don't want to be on here all night, and I'm sure you don't want to be here with me on all night either. Can't get my words out. I need to get the little brush for my Take Your Pick tool keep saying I'm going to do it, and I keep promising Belle I'm going to buy some of the foam adhesive, and I keep forgetting to add it to my order. So best way to do a tag top is to cut one corner and hold on to it like this, and then flip it over like a mirror image, pop it on the opposite corner, and then cut along that line, and you will get 2 exact cut off corner pieces. Ellie, you're doing your 2 days a week of homeschooling, and that's enough. Yeah, I think it would be more than enough for me as well. Now, my little polo, I call it a polo, this, I don't think I cut you yours because it was effort. Can't remember. Because mine isn't cut, I'm thinking I didn't cut yours. And there's a reason, because I want you to have a go at doing this. So, oh, Rosemary's got guides online. Oh, goodness. Still, it's nice that she gets to see her friends. I've used a crocodile to create the hole in my tag, and also for the polo. If you don't have a crocodile, you may have another kind of hole punch. Anybody remember? Let me grab 1 or 2. Anybody have these in their stash? Got 2 different types of size there. So if you've got any, you need 2 different sized holes, basically, for want of a better word. And I'm also using this little punch, which is a 3/8 retired one, but it was just the right size to create my polo. Now what you need to do is find a middle marker, measure it if you want to, and you're going to punch your smallest hole out of your tag. Okay, so you punch a little hole in your tag. Now with that same hole, you grab a scrap of white and just punch a random hole there. And then with your larger circle, take that in. I need to just tilt it so I can see what I'm doing. And punch. And then you get your polo. That wasn't very central, but you need to, that's why I didn't want to do yours, because I knew it would take me forever to line them all up. But once you stick it on, nobody's even going to notice. So that's how you create a polo. You punch a small hole first, and then you take your larger circle and punch around it. And then take some Tombow. Mine has been playing up today and acting as if it were a volcano. Look, it's doing it again. I mean, anybody would think it was like the tropics in here, because that's what they do, isn't it, when it's hot? So I'm just going to spread that around there and pop my wonky polo on like that. Take off that bit, wait for that to dry, and I can rub that off. And then if you get any fluffy edges, you can either put something in like that, and then, or just pull them from behind like that. So that's how you create a polo, little tag top. And we can start sticking down. So I've popped my soft seafoam, look at it, first. Obviously this is your card, you stick it however you like. Mine is going centrally top to bottom and just a bit in from the left. Like that. I'm wobbling the table now. And next, your piece of paper blooms. Paper blooms? That doesn't sound right. I think it is. So this is the freebie. If you want that side, you can go with that side. But I want this nice florally white crisp side. And pop this one centrally left to right. this paper is proving really popular. Although I think the other one, is it Flowers and Field? A lot of people are liking that as well. It's got a bit squidging out down the bottom there. Now, you could raise this up if you like, or you can keep it flat. I'm going to put mine down flat. Bit of Tombow. I'm surprised this Tombow's doing it, because I'm getting to the bottom of it. It is running low. And then I'm just going to place this in the middle, just so it's hanging just below the DSP. This, by the way, is from the Ornate Garden suite that we had. This little border die. Now we can add this one in. I'm going to pop this one on Dimensionals because I can. It's going to cost me more to post it, but I don't mind. Take those backs off. Katie, you finish this card, you want to start on the next. I haven't got much room. I'll have to wait for that to load. Can you see? I have to wait for it to refresh before I can see whether it's in shot. So the black and white DSP is on back order. Oh no. It's my favourite. Anybody else loving it? I'm not surprised. Not surprised. We were warned that a few things would potentially go on back order. Now I've lost my train of thought. Where am I putting this one? I'm going to move that one out of the way because it's confusing me. I have this one up here. Like that. Yeah, so I'm not surprised. It's a really popular pack of paper. Screaming out to be coloured in. Great for a little class. Absolutely lovely. I'm trying to think what it's called. Love something, isn't it? True Love. Just looking on in my box. I've labelled my box with it. So just going to pop this little banner. Bit of Tombow in the middle to move it out of the way. And lay just above the bottom of that label, like that. Now this is from the Perennials set, so you can put that one in front or behind, however you like. I think I have chopped mine. I mean, it would look quite nice like I've done the other one, just there like that. But I'm going to chop mine in half. But I'm going to pop my flowers on first because that's how I work. Place my flowers and then dot things in behind after. So a bit of Tombow on the back. And then we'll just have these up on the corner of the tag, and then a bit of Tombow on the back of here. And I'm just going to slide that down in. Don't want to overhang here too much. I think I've probably cut mine into 3 completely, looking at it on my card. Let me just bring it back in and show you. Can you see? I think I've chopped my whole leafy sprig into 3 pieces and just randomly wedged them in. But it looks fine like that for now. Can't pick anything up. Just chop that one off. And I'm going to pop him just somewhere down here because I need to leave room here for my greeting. Tombow on me now. Okay, now I'm going to pop some Dimensionals underneath here because I do want this to stand up. You have got your little die cut piece that you can pop here, or you can save that for another project if you've got these stamps. One there. Just pull those backs off. So Katie, when your kit arrives, and Georgina, you will get some lovely new catalogues in there. Oh, I need to leave room for my other word, birthday, so we'll put that up there. Yes, so you'll get a pack of catalogues. You should get a pack of mini, pack of celebration, and a pack of annual. So think about who you're going to be giving those to, whose door they will be going through, because they're no good sitting at home with you. If you've got some creative friends, they might just be looking for something to do during lockdown. And then just to finish, we'll pop these in the centre. Oh gosh, Tombo. They do fit in a certain way, but I think just randomly placed is fine. When I mean they fit a certain way, the petals fit nicely if you get it right. I think we need a bit of bling on there. So if you've got any bling lying around, I need to sort through I keep my embellishments in one of our big stamp cases, which sadly they've now all sold out. But I need to go through and check what is actually still current, because you know what it's like. I think I've got some of the Christmas ones in there. Let's just pop a couple of these on here. I've got actually some of the in colour, Misty Moonlight one, maybe, if I got one. Or was that in the old in colours? Oh, my mind's gone blank now. And there we go, that's first card done. If you've got a bit of twine, you might want to hang like a little bow up there. So that's the first one. Let's work on this one quickly. And then I'll do one of the others. We'll see how time's going. I don't want to hold you all up. So it's much the same as before. So a soft seafoam base. Sorry, see, like, I haven't got much room here. I'm moving it all about. So who's got classes in the post on the go? Ellie, have you managed to get any info out for either January? Have you had any success with January, or are you focusing on February? Because obviously January is kind of a bit of a sticky month, isn't it? People, they're still getting over Christmas. And, you know, January can generally be a little bit quiet. Right, let's just do that opposite. I'm not going to stick all of this one together. Let's just punch a quick hole. Yeah, who's got classes planned? What are you up to? So I'm bringing back next month my scrapbooking kit in the post, because I've had a couple of people ask me about my scrapbooking. So I'm going to be doing that. I've got plans. I've done designs, and I'm just waiting for some cardstock to come. So I don't have too many scrapbookers. I think, you know, I might only get a couple of people interested, but I just think it's something different to share on a Facebook Live as well. And it could, you know, draw in new people who, you know, are at home and thinking that actually they want to do something for them. So let's bring my mat back in, do a bit of stamping. Just want to get rid of these dots. Oops. Ella, you're doing your usual Zoom class next Friday. Yeah, I bet being at home with the kids has taken up all of your time. I can't quite imagine that you get much time to yourself. So let's just ink up this frame again. See if we can line it in. Didn't go over the edge anyway. Well, I do scrapbooking on my business page. I'll probably, I think I'm going to just do it as like a Facebook Live, I think, and then save it to YouTube. I'm not 100% sure yet. Or I don't know, because now I've purchased the Pro account for Zoom, I've got the opportunity. Now that I'm paying that, I need to be doing more with it, because obviously there's no point in spending out the extra money each month if I'm not actually going to use it and do anything with it. So, sorry, I'm just looking for a scrap big enough to do my flower and my word happy. I might get my flower out of that one. So the larger flower. Katie, you're the opposite. Yeah, you're like Sophie. You haven't got to commute anymore, sit in traffic. So you've got extra time. So Sophie does her hoop embroidery and she's doing kits and things, and she can get like a couple of hours creative work done before her day job starts, so she quite likes that. Let's just do the word happy, quickly put this together. Maybe we can do these on Zoom so we can talk back. We could do it on Zoom like we did. So we had our team bingo. That didn't come out very well, but it's fine. Had our team bingo night on Zoom, and I think that worked out okay. So we could do that. Have a think. I know it's nice to chat together, isn't it? It's nice to see each other. And of course with Zoom you can stream it straight to Facebook, so we could maybe do that, but there is apparently a massive delay. But as long as those of you that have paid for kits and who are stamping live with me are on the Zoom version, because obviously Zoom is just a download, doesn't cost for you to be a participant at a meeting. Let's quickly cut this, and then that's virtually all of my stamping. Yeah, possibility. Sorry, I can't read comments. And cut. Obviously, there's some of the team that don't do Facebook either, and I've emailed out to tell them that I'm doing this tonight. But I understand why people don't do Facebook. That's how rumours get spread, hey? Got out of the flow then. Yeah, I think it would, I agree, Sheree, it would be nice to stamp and chat together via Zoom. The only thing I do find with Zoom is that obviously only one person can talk at a time, and sometimes I find people get a little bit frustrated with other people talking and then them trying to talk. Maybe I'll create a poll and see who fancies what. Right, nearly done with the happy. So I thought these cards, you could maybe, if you're thinking of doing a class, you could maybe use the Pretty Perennials and then advertise, when to do the You Make Me, advertise the free DSP as well. If you can get it up to a £45 class, then they will get the papers free. You make me happy. Katie, we should all be experts with video conferences. I know. Jason, bless him, he had to do one at work yesterday, but it was it was Google Meet, which I've never heard of. And he had no idea. He didn't know what it was all about. So we had to kind of like go on there and have a look, make sure he had all his passwords and everything. But he said it was fine. He did it on his iPad. So, right, just give you a bit of a crease. Bring in my base. And we're going to start. So this is a landscape card. Just by popping. Oh, my piece is shorter. Have you got a longer piece, guys? It won't matter. Got some vellum as well. Ooh. My vellum is the right size, but my shorter piece, this piece should be a bit longer. I think I'm just going to leave it at that and not put the vellum on. What were we talking about? Yeah, the whole Zoom. I've got a Zoom tomorrow morning with Liz Hockley, who is the UK DDM. So I've got that in the morning. So yeah, I'm okay with Zooms. And now that I've done a couple of Zoom classes with customers, just small numbers. I think I know what I'm doing now, obviously, with my phone and everything. So yours is a bit shorter too. Oops, sorry, I must have failed with the cutting and the measuring. And then this piece is going to go over here. I've promised my class ladies as well that I'd do a bingo via Zoom. Had a few that were interested in that, which is good. Then we've got a skinny strip of Rococo Rose. Have mine a bit longer there. Yours is the same size as well. Ew, sorry about that, guys. I would just do what I've done and forget about the vellum and just stick this piece on. Don't think it'll hurt once it's all together. I'm gonna have that little bit overhanging down there. Love this piece of paper. I think it's because it's got a nice white background on. And then my tag is just going to go on here next. I'm going to stick my tag flat. I haven't done my polo, but I can do that later. Don't want to take up too much time. So I'm hoping tomorrow is going to be a good day of shipments arriving. If you've got any orders, that you're not sure about, guys, get in touch with DS, email demo support, ask them, you know, what's happening with this. If you've got an order that seems like it's sat waiting somewhere, nothing is happening with it, drop them an email and get them to look into it for you, because I think UPS have been inundated with phone calls and they're kind of saying that the information on their website, you know, is not up to date. So, yeah, Stampin' Up is saying different. So I'm not really sure what's happening. But if you're unsure about anything, demo support is the way to go. And I quite often use the chat version on the home page. Have you all seen that? Over on the bottom right, there's a little button that says chat. You can have like live chat with somebody. I quite often find that's quicker than putting the information in an email. Before I stick that, I'm going to put my flower in place just so that I know where I am. Put my flower up in the corner. And this one, literally just a bit of glue in the centre branch, just underneath, like that. Poke out that bit that got left in there. Come out. Bit of tombow down there, but I'll get rid of that. And then my happy word can go in. Oops, not upside down. Just under. I'm going to have it just over. Like that. Bit crooky. I'm pulling it up. That's better. Like that. Obviously you've got this word. If you want to put happy on there. You could have, maybe you've got just a stamp set that says birthday. You could pop that, so happy birthday. Or if you've got a little stamp that says for you, you could have happy for you. Pull off the backs. You make me happy. Let's put you down there a little bit. Like that, and then just pop the centre in your flower. I just think this stamp set is so fun. So much fun. And as you've seen, it's not too bad for fussy cutting. So if you can, you know, create a class where you're not including the dies, or you can just add in the die pieces. Just spotted another one there, didn't push out. You know, you can make it quite a reasonably priced stamp set, because I've got a feeling this one is just £17. So there we go, another one done. Need to do my little polo on there, but I can finish that off tomorrow. Now, how are we doing for time? 8:05. I'm going to do one more card with you. Which one shall I do? You tell me. The Rococo Rose or the Seaside Spray? I'm going to be using the blending brush, whichever one I do. So you tell me, somebody type it in, which one? Just grab a bit of Seaside Spray scrap while I wait. Rococo. Okay. So this is how I store all my scraps now. I've got, sorry for the reflection. Katie, you want to see? This is how I store my scraps in these clear wallets, and then they stand up in a box, in a crate. And I find it just such an easy way to locate any scraps. Right, are you screenshotting, Katie? Take a screenshot of those because I need to move them out of the way. Oh, can I leave the one I'm not doing in shot? Okay. Right, I'll put that one there, but I'm not making that one. Right, so Seaside Spray, you've got extra bits and pieces in here to what I've got, because obviously I've got some stamped leaves. And it uses the Always in My Heart, which, like I said earlier, is another really popular one that my customers are liking. Might get a wobble, I've got to locate a couple of blocks. And I'm just going to use just one leaf actually. I'm not even going to do the background on this one. So just that one there. And I just grab my old olive. Do you know, old olive was one of the first colours I ever bought. Right, I'm going to do up a couple that I don't need. Move these out of the way. So I need Night of Navy for a greeting. I've given you one of the new double oval. So from this one here, from this punch, I've given you one of those, I believe. Also given you one of these nice banners. So you need to just fold it. Not stamping on it, so it's fine to fold it. Oh no, and now I'm going back to front, aren't I? I've pulled out the wrong card. One side, move it to one side. Confused myself, that's because I put that card there for you, Katie. I'm doing Rococo Rose, aren't I? Duh. See, look, it doesn't take much to confuse me. Okay. We're on it. So you still need the same things. Guys, how beautiful is this? Isn't it lovely? Now, the heart that's in the middle, let's grab my sponge mat. I have used the blending brush and some Rococo Rose, and I've just coloured it in. So take a bit off and then just work in a circular motion. Who's got the blending brushes and who loves them? I was a bit nervous at first because I've not used anything like this before. Obviously I've used our sponges. You're confused with seeing the other card. Katie, can you take a screenshot or something of this one? Because I'm going to put it to one side because, yeah, it confused me as well. So I'm going to take that one away and bring this one in. Don't normally leave the card in what I'm doing, but because we're all working in different... Can we see? I'm just waiting for my Mac to refresh. That's it. Okay, I will pop pictures up for you guys so that you can complete them in your own time. So I'm just adding a bit of Rococo to this heart. Just really simple. You can see it's just a touch of colour, just to make it stand out against the white. So you'll need Rococo Rose base. Let's move everything to that side for a minute. I don't know about you, but I know Stampin' Up's card is the same on both sides, but I always feel like there's an edge. When I go to fold it, I always feel there's a particular way that it should be folded. Anybody else feel that as well? Or is it just me? Okay. Now, you've got a piece of Night of Navy. Oh, now that doesn't look the right size. It needs to be a bit shorter. I've got the right pieces out. Guys, you need to trim this bit by about 1/8. It's a good job I'm human. So it should measure 4 wide, not 4 1/8, because the cardstock is 4 1/8 and we need a little gap all the way around it. And then this goes on here like this with a little border all the way around it. And I don't have ribbon in my pack. So this is the denim ribbon, which works lovely with this suite. And I'm just going to cut a bit off. It looks lovely with these papers. And we're going to stick it around like that. So first of all, obviously, if you want that side, you can go with that side. Let's just pop this layer down first. And we just want an even border around your DSP on the 3 sides. Okay. Tombow. Okay. And then this we're just going to wrap around. So it just fills that gap at the top. So I'm just going to pop a couple of glue dots on the back there. I've noticed these glue dots have now actually got, can you see that? It's written on there, glue dots. They're different. And then we're just going to pop that and stick it from behind. Like that. And then that can go straight down onto our card. Put a bit of glue on the ribbon, but that bit will take slightly longer to dry. And then just at the bottom of the card, nice even border. So this suite and this bundle, the Always in My Heart, is proving pretty popular as well. Because I think people are seeing, they're looking beyond the Valentine sort of theme of it and seeing sort of just general cards, wedding-y cards. To push out some of these bits. Won't look good if they're still stuck in there. So who's got this set? It was one of the first ones I got actually because I just loved it. And I'm just going to lay that one down. I'm not gluing all of it. I'm going to put just some glue in 4 places. And pop it centrally and straight if possible. Such a job to see if it's straight. That's better when you're not above it. And then I gave you a couple of die cut pieces from the same set. So these work. They have like background pieces, so you can layer up these. But I thought these would look cool just over the top of this die panel because they do fit exactly over like that, and then this one just overlaps, so just a bit of Tombow down there. Like that. Move you a bit. So the only stamping you need to do on this one, guys, is find something to work with that oval. Then my heart, I popped some dimensionals underneath. Where are they hiding? Under my bin. Oh, I'm nearly at the end. Get to use the edgy pieces. Like that. That would be enough to hold that down. And then we're just going to lay that one over the hole, like that. So the greeting is actually from this set. And it's that one. You are always in my heart. How sweet is that? And is this my scrap? It is now. Should have my mat really, but I've just inking this up in Night of Navy. I could have actually lined that straight onto the one I'd already cut. And then I'm going to punch that one out. I do love these oval punches. I'm sure some of you have probably still got your old ovals, but I didn't keep mine. I moved them on. So I'm loving these ones, and I'm just going to cut a bit of dimensional and pop it over the one edge there. So this is a really simple, just Tombowed myself then, really simple card. You could knock quite a few of these out in not very long at all, because the die cut piece doesn't actually take that long. You don't get lots of pieces stuck in it. So there we go, how simple is that? You could add a bit of bling to it if you wanted to. So What I'll do is just bring the other card in. I could probably create that one really quickly, but it's 8:15 already, and I have to do a bit of fussy cutting. But if I show you your pieces, so you need to fold this one, and when you stick it down onto your layers, so you've got these two pieces here, so you've got your Night of Navy and Whisper White. What you need to do is put glue on these two tabs, and then when you stick it on, press it and hold it flat like that, so that when it goes into your card, it will flatten down. If you just glue them randomly, when you go to stick it down in your card or flatten it, it's not going to be flat. That probably is just common sense, but just something that I wanted to point out. And I did the same with the heart. I just literally used my blending brush to colour it in. Same greeting, and the nice Seaside Spray piece of the DSP from the Paper Blooms. So there we go. A few projects for you, a little bit of fun. Maybe we'll think about doing this as a Zoom. I'll see what we come up with and see what you think. Anybody, any questions? Just because Tuesday is update day on the website, don't take it that we only get updates on a Tuesday, because they do happen in between as well. So I would highly recommend that you check the website daily. Just check in there if you can, especially if you've got team, because you need to keep them informed of what's going on as well. Amanda is pretty good. She does send out information via email quite often to the whole of the team. And I tend not to repeat too much if she's already just, emailed about something, so I try not to go over it too much, although I am in the theory that, repeating of information can sometimes be useful. So, Georgina, name of my bank account, it's just Kerry Timms. Thank you, my lovely. Yes, so, and obviously I email out. I don't email out all of the time. I put a lot of information on the Facebook group here. And like I've said, I know that most of my directs will get emails from Amanda anyway. So, yeah, but always check. Please do check the website regularly to see what's going on. If you've got any problems with shipping, you don't know what's happening with a parcel, you can't find tracking, specifically if it was ordered kind of close to when the catalogue went live, sort of 3rd, 5th of January, I would contact demo support and just see where it is, because a bit like I've got one parcel that I placed on the 3rd, and my tracking is saying there's no information for it, even though it was going to be delivered last week. So yeah, so just keep an eye on things. Keep in touch with all your customers, guys. They really need us now. I don't think we appreciate how much people are needing us. So do what you can. If you want to have a go at doing Facebook Lives, or you want to have a go at doing a Zoom class and you're not sure how to do it, and you'd like a bit of intel, a bit of info about it, I'd be happy to share that with you. Amanda's also done some videos. I'm sure there are some that I could probably forward to you. So it's a great way of connecting with people and keeping in touch with those who are stuck at home and just don't know what to do with themselves. So I'm here always if you need anything. I do have kind of business hours, but I try not to work too late on my phone at night. I try to put it to one side. And I'll just say, keep sharing what you do, keep loving what you do, try to stay positive. I know it's tough, it's really hard at the minute with everything else going on in the world. To have extra pressures of Stampin' Up issues as well, it's not great. But we'll get through this and we'll move forward from this. And I'm just looking at this little guy that I did. How fun is he? How fun is the little donkey? Look at him. He's laughing his pants off, and that's what we need to do. It's good to laugh. So I'm going to bid you all farewell. Message me if you've got any queries about anything, and I will post these pictures in the morning. If I can't get a good picture now, I'll put them up in the morning, just in case some of you are in the zone and you want to craft. But take care. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll be in touch with you all very soon. So bye for now.